Week 4. Last week was a short week, MLK weekend. We went to a national park. We had a lot of fun. And it was also very productive. I did manage to set up all the screen composables as well as implementing the basic navigation library. There are a lot of libraries, like I mentioned last time. For everything, there's like 10 billion other options that other people have written. I'm using the Compose Multiplatform navigation library, which currently is in alpha. So things might change down the line, but for my purposes, it's working okay. Next week would be the first major week. There are a lot of things on a docket. Number one, I like to be able to set up the data storage paradigm within the app. I am thinking about using MVI, which, given my current understanding, is the one that's in vogue. I've been using MVVM for the longest time, but MVI seems to be catching up in terms of popularity on Android. After that's set up, I like to, with that, you have to do dependency injection. Otherwise, it gets really icky. So that needs to be set up. And I'm using Coin, which seems to be the go-to choice for Kotlin multi-platform. After that's set up, then I can attempt to implement the very first backend function on the front end. In this case, I like to set up authentication. So my user would have to be able to log into the app, right? And I'm not writing the backend myself. I'm using a provided service. I debated between Firebase and Supabase and elected to give Supabase a try. I've never used Supabase before. I've been pretty familiar with Firebase. One of the benefits of Supabase is that, again, I haven't tried this yet, but they seem to promise that the backend server code can be self-hosted. So presumably down the line, if I wish to take the app off a cloud-managed service and provide an option for users to host their own backend servers, hopefully Supabase can give me that option. So, to recap, 3 things. Number 1, set up MVI in the app. Number 2, set up coin dependency injection. And number 3, implement the Supabase auth library and make at least one auth option work. And lastly, I have a stretch goal, which is to clean up the code a bit. It's still at the early stages of development, of course, and it's already getting a little spaghetti. So do a little cleanup. Spring or late winter cleanup would be very helpful. So we'll see how that goes. And this is it for this week. I'll see you next week.